people ordering me to speak English.
Requesting.
प्रथम वंदना करी श्री गुरु चरण, जहाँ कृपा पाए श्री राम चरण. First of all, paying obeisances to Shri Guru. प्रथम वंदना करी श्री गुरु चरण, जहाँ कृपा पाए श्री राम चरण. With whose causeless mercy one can very easily attain the service of Shri Sita Ram. Secondly, remembering and paying obeisances to entire Guru Parampara. And especially on this occasion, the dearmost sevak of Shri Ram, Shri Hanuman, without whose causeless mercy it's difficult to describe the glories of Ram. If we overlap Hanumanji, we can't serve or we can't even hear the glories of Ram. His Hanuman was always and always speaking the glories of Shri Ram. And I'm not saying this, Shri Tulsidas in Ramcharitamanas, right from beginning, Mangacharan, he paying obeisances to Mahadev, Shiva, and also Kapishwar, the Lord of the monkeys, Hanuman, without whose mercy it is difficult to describe. So, without mentioning the names of those who narrated the pastime of Lord Ram, the pastime of Ram becomes incomplete. And because we have series of Ram Katha beginning today until Sunday, so I will not jump over the subjects, I will go smooth. As the walking of Lord Ram, his walking is very mild and smooth. Otherwise, while describing the pastime of Krishna, Krishna is always running. His two different profiles, but with a similar intent. Karuna Nidhan. Shri Tulsidas is narrating, I pay obeisances to sadhus and asadhus together. How amazing is this verse? Vandu Sant Asajjan Charan, Dusht Prad Abhay Bij Kachu Varan, Vichurat Ek Pran Hari Lehi, Milat Ek Dukh Darun Dehi. It's a wonderful verse. He said, I pay obeisances to sadhus and asadhus, those who are saints and those who are sinful. Why? He said, because they both give pain. Sadhus also give pain, and asadhus also give pain. Even though there's much similarity between them. How sadhus give pain? Sadhus give pain in separation, and a sadhu give pain in union. Before describing separation and union, this is the two aspects of love. So sadhu give pain when they leave in separation. So much painful. And when asadhu, means those who are not saints, not sadhus, when they meet, then they give pain. Because then they remind us of sense enjoyment and inspire for material things. But when sadhu leaves the world, then it gives so much pain. Our Srila Gurudev, he used to describe elaborately, non-stop for hours and hours, the pastimes of Lord Ram was his life and soul. That's why I said, Pratham Vandana Kari Guru Charan. First of all, remembering my Gurudev, who, when he was in his childhood, he used to hear Ram Leela a lot. Gurudev said, every evening my father used to take me to hear Ram Leela. And I was so fond of seeing Lord Ram. Because he is Karuna Nidhan. He is the ocean of mercy. You know, when we see the altar, Sita, Ram, Lakshmana, Hanuman, what Ram is holding in his hands is just contrary to his nature. Very contrary to his nature. From his eyes, he is showering Karuna, compassion. So one who is embodiment of compassion, how he can hold bow and arrow? This profile is very contrary. His Karuna Nidhan. So Gurudev is saying, I used to remember, I used to hear Ram Leela a lot, and that inspired me. Very anxious to see how Lord Ram looked like. So he said, I learned Ramayana in my childhood, because hearing every day. And he said, once upon a time I was sitting on the bank of Ganga, and I was praying from my heart. I heard a lot about you. I really want to see you. That's how Gurudev is describing. I want to see you, along with all your associates. When he was praying like this, he saw a Viman. A chariot was descending. It was like a effulgence descending from the sky. Gurudev said, first I thought it's just like a falling star. But then it's coming close. And very close. And too close. And I start seeing some figure. When the chariot descended more down, Gurudev said that I saw. That figure was Sita, Ram, Lakshman, and Hanuman.
Yeah.
He came very close to earth, at a little distance from where he was sitting. And Gurudev said, I became so inspired, I want to run and catch hold of the feet of Sita Ram. Tears came from his eyes. All sattvic bhav, here stand. And here stand a man. And weeping and crying. Gurudev ran to touch Sita Ram. How is possible if we are seeing Sita Ram and there is no desire to touch him? How is possible if we are glorifying him and if you want to see him and we don't glorify him? Because glorifying Sita Ram is equal to touching Sita Ram. How a human being can live and survive without glorifying the qualities of Sita Ram? Karuna Nidhan. That life has no life. Is dead. If one have no inspiration to hear or speak the glories of Sita Ram or Radha Krishna, that human life is waste. So Karuna Nidhan. Gurudev said, when I was running near to that chariot, immediately disappeared from my vision. Made me so restless. And I'm weeping and crying, calling out, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram. And I felt unconscious. Gurudev, he felt unconscious. So much in love with Sita Ram. But then later on, by associating with some Gaudiya Vaishnavas, following Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, got better understanding of Sita Ram, with full of Siddhanta and Tattva. Not all, but most of the people who speak the glories of Sita Ram, they are bhavo, sentimental, emotional. Of course, the pastime of Sita Ram is very emotional. It's very pathetic. Each and every step is so much pathetic and emotional. But if those emotions are tinged with some Gaudiya Siddhanta, means the ideals of Gaudiya Vaishnavas, the tattvas established by our acharyas, then it makes perfect understanding of Sita Ram, who are they. Perfect understanding. So then Gurudev switched over from Sita Ram to Radha Krishna, but he was always very fond of describing the glories of Sita Ram. Prathame Vandana Kori Shri Guru Charan. By remembering Shri Gurudev and his interaction or his glorification of Sita Ram. And that Gurudev said in year 2010, before departing from this world, making everyone pain in separation. This is the quality of sadhu. They give pain in separation. Gurudev said, I had a desire to visit the birthplace of Sita Devi, Janakpur. And in 2010, after visiting Nepal, very close to Nepal, Janakpur, after seeing the birthplace of Sita Devi, Gurudev said, my parikrama of the entire world is completed now. That was my desire from many, many years to see the birthplace of Sita Devi, Janakpur. So my parikrama of the entire world is concluded now.
Unfortunately, I was with him at that time.
And Prabhuji was with Gurudev at that time.
In Nepal to Chitamani.
Janakpur.
We went in a very small aeroplane from Kathmandu to that place.
So these are, Sita Ram is in the heart of Shri Gurudev. Radha Krishna in the heart of Shri Gurudev. So, Pratham Vandan Kari Shri Guru Charan, Jaha Kripa Paye Shri Rama Charan. First of all, remembering Shri Gurudev and Hanuman, the best servant of Lord Ram, whose mercy we can very easily can get the service of Sita Ram. So Karuna Nidhan, embodiment of compassion, then Prabhu, why are you holding go and have an offense? That's the Karuna of Ram. He's not killing demons. Appears like he's killing demons. But that's Karuna, because there is always compassion in every activity of the Lord. So most of the time when we hear Krishna is killing demons, Lord Ram is killing demons, we just try to relate that, okay, if a demon come in front of me, I would kill that demon. He's a sinful person, he's an offender, I want to kill that person. We relate according to our thoughts, which is in a mode of ignorance and passion. But we have to understand with the Siddhanta, the identity of Lord is beyond three modes of material nature. Is beyond Tamagun, Rajagun and Sattvagun. There is no any hostile mood or envious mood or jealous mood. In the killing of demons is a compassion of Lord. Protecting them for committing more offenses and sins. So externally may appear, they are killing demons. But internally, there is always a compassion in every activity. Because His Karuna Nidhan. The Karuna falls from His eyes. Wherever He glances, His Karuna. Especially Shri Ram. Maryada Purushottam. When we say Maryada Purushottam, means He always expressed complete Maryada, conduct. He never ever transgressed Maryada. But be careful. This Maryada is not a bondage who tied him in this material world. He is from Saketatham, is beyond this material world. He accepted this bondage out of his own sweet will. And that made the pastime of Lord Ram more beautiful. Sometimes there's some bondage, some binding, which makes you more handsome and beautiful. When you go to office, you wear tie. Tie is like
Bondage.
a bondage. But they are very expensive ties. It makes you look more handsome and beautiful. So it's not that someone is forcefully putting some rope in your neck, on your neck. But it's just out of own desire, we wear different ties. But it's a tie. Similarly, Maryada is not a tie of Lord Ram to get bound in that, but he willingly accepts that. With this mood, I'm not going to transgress any Maryada, and I will perform all what I want to do with my associates in that Maryada, in that boundaries of Maryada, and that enhanced the beauty of the pastime of Lord. Otherwise, what is that which is impossible for him? Kartam akartam anyatha kartam. He can make every impossible possible. Just with his movement of his eyeballs, he can just do anything. All demigods are submissive to him. All directions, all creation is submissive to him. He is the one who is the creator. But then it's not a fun. Then it's not a fun. So that's the Karuna. He came from eternal abode Saket Dham on this planet in Treta Yuga. This morning we already heard the birth pastime of Lord Ram. Because Ramayana, Ramcharitmanas is divided into different sections, different khanda. So first is Balkanda. We heard this morning some previous histories prior to Lord Ram appeared. Some curses happened, some boons, some blessings, Shravan Kumar and all that details. We already heard that. And from the Yajna Purusha Bhagwan, the Charu was given to Vashishta Ji, and Vashishta Ji gave to Darshan Maharaj, and he further divided to his wife, two wives, Kaushalya and Katai, and they gave a portion of their Charu, their sweet rice, to Sumitra, Mother Sumitra. And in this way, Darshan Maharaj got 4 sons: Ram, Lakshman, Bharat and Shatrughan, who according to Siddhanta is Vasudeva, Sankarshan, Pradyumna and Aniruddha. So Shatrughan, even though very polite, not speaking much, but don't think he's less, he's Aniruddha. He creates very powerful personality. And we also heard how Guru Vashishta, he gave name ceremony, because many devotees were not this morning. Name ceremony. By seeing this child in the lap of Mother Kaushalya, Shri Vashishta said, जिसमें मुनिगण रमन करेंगे इसलिए इनका नाम होगा राम. जिनमें मुनि और साधु रमन करेंगे. The sadhus and the munis, the rishis, they dwell their mind in this personality. That's why his name is going to be Ram. Ye naam rakha Ram. And seeing the child on the lap of Mother Katai, he gave the name Bharat. Bharat means जो भक्ति का भरण पोषण करेंगे, इसलिए इनका नाम होगा भरत. One who is going to nourish bhakti of the sadhakas. That's why his name is going to be Bharat. And twins on the lap of Mother Sumitra, Lakshman, जो साधकों को उनका लक्ष्य साध कर बतलाएंगे, इसलिए इनका नाम होगा लक्ष्मण. One who set up the goal of human life, his name is going to be Lakshman. लक्ष्य उनका लक्ष्य साध कर दिखाएंगे, गुरु तत्व. And the fourth, Shatrughan. Shatru means enemies. जो भक्ति में जो रिपु हैं, काम क्रोध लोभ जो शत्रु हैं, उनका जो दमन करेंगे वो होंगे शत्रुघ्न. So name ceremony is performed. Darshan Maharaj is so happy always and always playing with the four boys, especially very much attached to Ram. He can't sleep without Ram. He can't eat without Ram. All the time, he's just uttering Ram, 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 and Ram. All day and night, taking care of Ram so much. And the desire of Lord Ram got fulfilled in this pastime. The desire of the Lord got fulfilled in this pastime. Because prior to this, in Satyuga, when Narsimha Bhagwan appeared, and Prahlad was sitting on the lap of Narsimha Bhagwan, and Narsimha Bhagwan was licking Prahlad, showing so much affection. But one thing Narsimha Bhagwan noticed, even though I am relishing parental mood, being Prahlad sitting on my lap, but I am seeing Prahlad is relishing more than me. Because it's always devotees who relish more than the Lord. Even though Lord is His Lord, He enjoys the most. But devotees enjoy more than Lord. Lord can't enjoy His, or relish, He can't relish the sweetness of His own names. But devotees, they relish the sweetness of the name. Lord can't relish the sweetness of His own beauty. But who relished the most? The devotees. So see, Prahlad is sitting on my lap. Lord Nrsimha is thinking, what is that present in Prahlad which is not present in me? Why he is relishing more than me? And what is that present in him which is not present in me? And he lamented, saying that, oh, I never sat on the lap of my father, because Lord Nrsimha appeared from the pillar. Therefore, I want to sit on the lap of my father and want to relish the same mood as Prahlad is relishing. And that wish of Lord was fulfilled in Ram Leela, when Lord Ram, always sitting on the lap of Dakshath Maharaj, and got extreme affection from Dakshath Maharaj and Mother Kaushalya. And not only Kaushalya, Kaikeyi and Sumitra. Amongst the three mothers, Kaikeyi, she had most love for Ram. Even though Bharat is her son, but Kaikeyi is so much attached and loved Ram so much than any other mother. So in this way, Dakshath Maharaj happily taking care of his four sons, especially Ram. But in Ram Leela, as Prabhu was describing, there are many occasions when there is meeting and separation, meeting and separation, meeting and separation. Not only with Sita Devi and Ram, but with all associates. This is true in the pastimes of Radha and Krishna also, in Braj Leela and also in Ram Leela. In Ashtakali Leela, eightfold pastimes, no associates of Krishna get 24-hour proximity with Krishna. There is always separation and meeting. Mother Yashoda is not getting 24-hour proximity with Krishna. Even Radharani is not getting. Yes, at the altar, of course, they are always together. But in their movements, there is always meeting and separation. Similarly, in the pastime of Lord Ram also, there is so many occasions where there is separation and then meeting, then separation and meeting. So Darshan Maharaj, who was feeling so much anxiety prior to the birth of Ram, so much anxiety and sad and always very morose. But now, he is so happy and blissful. But then came a quick occasion. Guru Vaishishta told King Dasharatha, 4 boys are now growing. They need to go to Gurukul. Darshan Maharaj said, of course, I want my boys to learn, get good education. Especially we are Kshatriyas. They need to know all the art of archery. So set up Gurukul here. Darshan Maharaj was not understanding the mood of Vaishishta. He said, then set up Gurukul here in Ayodhya. Vaishishta understood the mood of Darshan Maharaj, his fatherly, his parental mood, he said, no, they can't be in the palace getting all education and learning. They have to be sent to Gurukul, away from home. कितने बजे समाप्त करना? 1:45 बजे तक? 15 more minutes? I'm very cool, anxiety free because I have another 6 days. So I'm going smooth. Otherwise, if it would have been my last day here, I would have completed Ram Leela in 1 hour. Just like Shukdev Goswami in Bhagavatam. He uttered Ramayana in just 1 verse. ninth canto. Ish Anukatha. 9th canto Bhagavatam. Shukdev Goswami, he uttered just 1 verse. Guru Arthe Tafte Rajyam. He said, oh, on the order of Dashrath Maharaj, Ram went to exile, Sita got kidnapped, and Ram made bridge on the ocean. He went to Lanka and killed Ravan and came back to his Ayodhya with his consort Sita Devi. Bolo Siyawal Ram. ये तो राम है। अरे दशरथ जी के कहने पर वन में गए, सीता जी का हरण हुआ, सेतु बंधन हुआ, और उसके बाद लंका में जाकर रावण का वध किया और सुखपूर्वक अयोध्या में आके आसन पर विराजमान हो गए, रामलीला हो गई पूरी। But Parikshit Maharaj was seeing the face of Shukdev Goswami. I heard the Ram-Leela is very elaborate. And I want to hear complete Ram-Leela. Shukdev Goswami said, if you want to hear complete Ram-Leela, you have only 7 days. And Ram-Leela is too elaborate. So I can't elaborate. But still, even then, on the request of Parikshit Maharaj, Shukdev Goswami, he elaborated a little of Ram-Leela, not complete. So therefore, Dashrath Maharaj was so happy to hear that my boy is going to learn so many arts. And who can be more better teacher than Vashishta? They said, yes, Vashishta ji, then set up Gurukul here in the palace. I'm going to take care of my sons. Vashishta said, no, that's not the style. I have to take the boys to Gurukul. Dashrath Maharaj said, are you serious? He said, yes. Because if they will stay here, they can't learn. Dashrath Maharaj said, why not? Vashishta said, because I want to train these boys to live in any circumstances which may appear in future. I want to make them very strong. So, Gurukul cannot be in the palace. They have to come with me. Dashrath Maharaj is like heartbroken. I can't leave Ram. I can't leave Ram. I can't leave Ram. I can't live without him. He is my life years. But Vashishta said, Dashrath Maharaj, be peaceful. I'm trying to understand. I know your fatherly affection. And in this way, Guru Vashishta, he pacified and made him understand. So Dashrath Maharaj finally allowed, sanctioned. So Ram, Lakshman, Bharat, Shatrughan, 4 boys, they gave up all their ornaments and all those luxurious outfits. They wore like a saffron color, like a brahmacharis. And 3 mothers were standing, watching this, and they feeling separation. It was such a nice moment in the palace together, but now feeling separation. How these 4 boys, so soft, so tender, and especially Ram. The lotus feet of Sri Ram is so soft that even when he walks on the lotus, he gets hurt. If he walks on the lotus petals, he gets hurt. And how is going to survive in Gurukul without wearing shoes there? Because it's not allowed. He's not going to get some luxury, any luxuries there, no comforts there. But Ram has no issues with that. Dashrath Maharaj is sanctioned. Boys, go with Vashishta and learn from him. Guru Vashishta. So, as a ritual, they can't earn money or can't they have to beg alms. So Ram, Lakshman, Bharat, Shatrughan, the four of them, they came to Mother Kaushalya. Vikshan Dehi, Vikshan Dehi, give us alms. Because charity starts from home. Mother Kaushalya, tears in her eyes, she gave grains to Ram. But it's not about the grains. She's giving her separation mood. She's giving her tears to Ram. That Ram, keep hold of these tears. It's going to help you a lot. She's not just giving grains. Three mothers, they're giving the separation mood as alms to Ram. Because the training is now beginning. The training is starting. Because in future there is going to be a long, long separation. So much going to be happen in future. So it's not about training about lying on the ground or sleeping on the ground or eating some fruits or flowers from the forest or cutting wood in the forest. It's also about separation. There's not going to be good times always. So be prepared, be ready. The training begins. Just like Radharani. When she was young, she got trained by her Sakhis by putting black cloth on her eyes, blindfold, and spreading some thorns on the path, and she has to walk there. Why? Training begins. To serve Krishna. To serve Krishna. Many times she has to come in night, in dark, to please Krishna. Because Krishna will be in anxiety, in separation. And only one way to make Krishna please is when Radharani comes and meet Krishna. So in her young age, she also gone through this training. She walked on that path with full of thorns. And in future, in Amavasya, dark, full moon.
No,
New moon. Amavasya. Radharani is wearing dark outfits. She can't see, but she is training from her childhood. So, Lord Ram training. And what he got from Mother Kaushalya and Kakai and Sumitra, not only just grains, but tears as alms. Lord Ram, Shri Ram, he understood. He accepted that mood of mothers, and especially the tears of Darshan Maharaj. Even Ram didn't want to leave Darshan Maharaj. And even Darshan Maharaj didn't want to leave Ram. There was such strong binding of affection there. But Ram is more sober. He knows this is very important. To establish Maryada and to follow Maryada. First follow Maryada and then establish Maryada. And therefore, now these four brothers, they are walking behind Vasishtha and Gurukul. Are they wearing shoes? No shoes. Simple clothes. And they came to Gurukul, where Vasishtha is training them. They are not getting soft bed as they were getting in the palace. They are not prince. They are brahmacharis. They are not prince of Ayodhya. They are not the sons of Darshan Maharaj. They are the disciples of Guru Vasishtha. Later on in the Uttarkand, when Lava and Kush, when they appeared in the palace of Lord Ram, and all rishis and ministers were sitting there, Lord Ram asked this question. Oh boys, seeing those boys in brahmachari clothes, Ram asked, who is your father? And Lava and Kush said, excuse us, O great king, But this is not appropriate question to ask to brahmachari. That's not appropriate question to ask to brahmachari that who is your father. You should have asked who is your guru. The abhiman, the mood totally change when one accept guru as one's life and soul. Even though the importance of father and mother is there. Even though. But if the role is like a brahmachari, as Sri Ram is now as a brahmachari in Gurukul, his profile and status is his disciple of Guru Vasishtha. Not the son of Dasharatha Maharaj, even though the same person. Understand? It makes totally difference. Just like if we say Ram abandoned Sita. But actually it's not Ram who abandoned Sita. It's the king of Ayodhya, Ram, who abandoned Sita. So what's the difference? A lot of difference. Ram as husband of Sita and Ram as the king of Ayodhya is two different profiles. It's not one and the same thing. So it's the king of Ayodhya is the one who abandoned Sita. It's not Ram who abandoned Sita. Because Ram is always loving Sita and day and night weeping and crying in separation of Sita. So as a brahmachari, as a disciple of Guru Vasishtha, whatever Gurudev was giving training or asking them, Ram is doing accordingly. Sleeping on the floor. And Saraswati Devi describing this, seeing this, the Lord of the universe. Ram is not ordinary person. He is the Lord of the universe who always lies on, Shesha, the most soft bed. It's not about the softness of the snake, Shesh, but it's about the devotion of Lord Shesh. The Adhar, the foundation, where the Lord rests, or where the Lord walks, or where He manifests His pastime. That Adhar, that foundation, is not ordinary land. It has to be Baldev Prabhu. Where He finds the most comfort. Because Baldev Prabhu always served and is always Krishna conscious. Baldev Prabhu always thinking about service of Krishna. And therefore Krishna rests comfortably on Baldev Prabhu. So Lord Shesh also always describing thousands of words. He's describing the glories of the Lord. And that's the resting place of the Lord. So the Lord of the universe, Ram, who always rests on Shesha, and today he is resting on Dharani, on the earth. She is feeling so much jubilation. Who? Mother Earth. Bhu Shakti of Lord. The Lord is always endowed with three potencies: Shri, Bhu and Leela, three Shaktis. She means Lakshmi and Bhu Shakti is earth. Even though she was getting goosebumps when Lord is walking on earth, because he is from Saket Dham. He is not touching earth. But in manifest pastime, he came from Saket Dham and is touching earth. And by getting the touch of the lotus feet of Ram, she is feeling so happy and blissful. But she got more blissful when Lord Ram is lying on earth. Vasundhara, Bhu Shakti, feeling, I'm so fortunate, I'm obliged that I'm getting service. So if we sleep on the floor, imagine what happens. And if we sleep on our bed, is different or not? Is different or not? You know? The bed is so soft. And if we sleep on the floor, it's hard. Right? But that's the nature. That's the nature. All directions, all constellations, all demigods, everyone is there to serve Lord because it's very soft and tender. So the nature of Bhu Shakti, even though very soft in her heart, She's like a mother, tolerating all our nonsense. But she always having forgiving nature. Just like a child vomit or pass urine stool on the lap of mother. Mother is not going to throw the child away. She feels happy and bliss to serve the child. Yes, mothers? They feel happy. तो भूमि स्खलितोपादनां भूम एव अवलंबनम त्वयि जत नाम प्रादम त्वम एव शरणम प्रभु. If one fall, trip on the ground, one take the support of the ground to get up. Similarly, the devotee is praying to Lord. Similarly, my all offenses unto you. Who is going to forgive me? I have no other hope. Just like one falls on the ground, take the support of the ground to lift, to get up. Similarly, all my offenses to you. You are the only one who can rescue me or who can forgive me for offenses. Where will I go? Which direction will I go? I have no other direction. You are my only direction. You are only my GPS. Wherever you guide, I have to follow that. Move this direction, move right, move left. I don't want to choose my own direction. So, Prithvi, Bhu Shakti, when she is feeling so much bliss, Lord is resting on me. So ground is so hard, but when Ram is lying on the ground, Prithvi Devi, she made herself so soft, more soft than
Shesh.
huh?
Shesh.
More soft than the pillow and the mattress.
Not Shesh.
Lord Shesh. Why? Shesh is always holding universe. So Prithvi Devi, the Bhu Shakti there, she is feeling, today I am in competition with Shesh. Lord is always resting on Shesh. And today I got this opportunity, the Lord is resting on me. So I am in a competitive spirit with Shesh, not negatively but positively. That means I am also very fortunate now I can tell Shesh that you always holding me on your hoods. And now I got this opportunity to hold Lord on me. Understand? There's so many details there. Feeling so happy and blissful. And not only Bhu Shakti is feeling happy and blissful, even Ram is feeling happy and blissful. Because that's the nature of the Lord. Karuna Nidhan. He drive more pleasure seeing his devotees driving pleasure out of him. That's the nature of the Lord. And that's the reason. He comes from Saket, eternal abode, to this abode. And expand his pastimes to facilitate everyone to serve the Lord and to facilitate all his associates to drive more and more pleasure. And by seeing them, Lord also drives pleasure. So it's not only Vasundhara is feeling bliss. By seeing Vasundhara feeling bliss, Lord is driving bliss too. That's the nature. That's why it's always mild smile and blissful. Bolo Siyavar